I'm getting started with my hair first. I'm using the Vanity Planet Flow ceramic straightening brush, and basically it's just a heated brush that flows right through the hair super easy and just straightens it. But what I like about it is that it doesn't completely make your hair stick straight. It does leave the volume and the oomph to your hair, so it makes it look like you got a blowout but without the actual blow dryer or the salon cost. So I like using it, and also if you're interested in it, I do have a 50% off coupon code in the description box for you guys, so check that out. And I do recommend that if your hair does have tangles in it, you should use just a standard brush prior to using the actual hair tool, because it just makes things so much easier. And just FYI, I do use the highest temperature setting, which is 370 degrees on this particular tool. Did I say that right? 370 degrees? Yes. And it's real easy. After I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and move on to makeup. I'm using this Smashbox Hydrating Primer on my T-zone and along my cheeks. And then I am taking this brow pencil. It's just a highlighter pencil. I like to use it to outline my brows. You guys know, if you're longtime subbies, this is something I used to do in the past, but I started doing it again recently, especially because I haven't done my eyebrows in a bit. So I'm doing that first, letting it sit there, and then I'm going to comb out my brows, and then using the Anastasia brow pencil. It's their angled brow pencil. I'm not sure the exact name, but I will link it in the description box. And I'm just going ahead and filling in my brows. And then I like to do the whole brow highlighting routine and letting it sit, because this allows me to kind of, you know, work between the lines and not really go out of the lines when it comes to like shaping my brows and stuff, if that makes sense. And then I just go ahead and I blend it out after I'm done. Now I'm using the Lancome Brow Styler in just the clear formula, and I'm going over the top of my brows with it so they can stay in place all day. Next, as you saw, I'm using the Becca Ultimate Complexion Creme, and I'm applying that just dotted on my face with my fingers, and then I'm just going to blend it out with my Beauty Blender sponge. Next, taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, I'm applying that to underneath the eyes, just underneath the eyes today, and then any leftover that I blend out with my Beauty Blender, I'll just go ahead and pat it along the chin, the forehead, and the nose, just to do a subtle highlight in those areas. But I don't want much product on my face, just because this is more of a summer, get ready with me kind of thing, so we're going to kind of keep it minimal. After that, I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Translucent Powder, and I'm going to apply that underneath the eyes, and then I'm also going to go ahead and do the T-zone. I'm going to do the forehead, the chin, the nose, because those areas are areas that are prone to oiliness, especially in humid weather, so we want to make sure that we bake those areas as well. Next, using the Becca X Chrissy Teigen palette, I'm using the bronzer shade, and I'm just going to do a quick contour, nothing crazy. I'm just lightly kind of, you know, going along all the areas that I want to add more depth to, nothing crazy here. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead with the blush in the palette, which is a beautiful bright pink color, and just lightly with my brush going over the cheeks because it is pigmented, and I just want to create a nice little rosy flush that looks very natural. Now I'm using this e.l.f. It's a two-sided pencil. One side is the eyeshadow, which is this color right here, which is a beautiful kind of golden color. And I'm using that as a base for our eyeshadow today, which is going to be this eyeshadow duo from e.l.f. It's a new shade. It's actually in the shade Peach Squad. And this matte pink peach shade is so beautiful. That's the whole reason I wanted to use this duo today, because it's just such a pretty matte color, and it is pigmented. So I'm using that in the outer V and the crease area. Now I'm going to be using the copper color. It's like a copper bronze color. I'm going to be applying that into the rest of the eye, which is just the lid area. And this is a really, actually pretty pigmented color. As you could tell, my face was pretty shocked that it was going on so pigmented. So I like these duos. I'm going to check out some other shades just to see if the quality is the same across all the different shades that they have. Now I am just blending out the translucent powder. As you'll see, it leaves behind a nice smooth finish. The longer you bake, the smoother your face will be. Now going back to that e.l.f. double-sided pencil stick, I'm using the pencil side, which is the eyeliner side. It's a beautiful bronze brown color, and I'm applying that to the lower lash line. It is a little bit hard to kind of go on. It is a little harsh on the skin. I did notice that. So I don't know if I'm going to keep using that side, but I'm going over it with the copper color from the Duo palette, and then I'm going in with some bronzer. I'm using one of the Becca bronzers. I believe this one's in Ipanema Sun, and I'm just going lightly over my cheeks just to create a nice sun-kissed look. This is a little bit of a darker shade, so you don't want to go too heavy. I'm also applying it on the other areas where your skin will naturally become sun-kissed. So going in with the highlighter game, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerrero palette, which is my favorite palette of the moment. I'm using Glow Getter, which I find is so flattering on my skin tone. You can actually see it, because sometimes highlighter can be a little muddy. Let's be real here. After a while, you won't be able to see it, and it just looks really grainy and muddy. So this shade actually works really well for me, and it's just so vibrant and just poppin' that it's my go-to for like an everyday makeup look. So I'm just applying it everywhere I want to just bling up with the highlight. I'm also applying it into the inner corners, as you can see here, just to create more open, awake looking eyes. Now, using my Smashbox primer water, I am going to spray it to slay it. And this is probably the only time I will spray anything on my face, just letting you guys know. It works really well to set the makeup. After it has set, I'm just going in with a nude eyeliner in the inner waterline, and then I'm going in with a liquid liner. This is actually a new product that I just tried today, and I've got to say I love it. It's the Wet n Wild liquid liner. I gotta say, it's prettybomb.com, even though it's like super inexpensive. I'm pretty much loving it right now, and you're probably gonna see it in a bunch of future tutorials because it is so intense. I mean, look at it. Look at how easily I did my eyes just now. It just glides on. It's perfect. Now for mascara, I'm using the Clinique Flutter, I believe it's Lash to Flutter mascara, and I'm using that on my top and bottom lashes. No falsies today because I just want to keep it simple. Now moving on to the lips, which is the final task in this tutorial. I'm going to be using the Kylie Lip Kit in Dirty Peach. I'm applying the lip liner first, and then I'm going to be applying the liquid lipstick over the top. And I've got to say, this liquid lipstick is more vibrant on me than I expected it would be, but I do really like it because it is a really nice, vibrant summer shade, so I do recommend it. And after that, the look is complete. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys again very soon in my next video. Bye!